Good morning and welcome to Victory is Mine with Pastor Andy Stump of Victory Christian Center in Carthage, Missouri. Start your day with a powerful message of hope, faith, and victory in Jesus Christ. Here's Pastor Andy, bringing you encouragement straight from God's Word.
Good morning. Let's go back where we left off yesterday, which was Romans chapter 1, verses 16 and 17. Paul says, I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God for the salvation of everyone who believes, first for the Jew, then for the Gentile. For in the gospel, a righteousness from God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last, just as it is written, the righteous will live by faith. As I keep saying, this is the purpose statement for the book of Romans, and will continue to be a theme throughout this book. I also mentioned yesterday that this statement kind of turns religion on its head. Now, he's going to deal with the law. He's going to deal with Judaism in this book and compare and contrast Christianity with Judaism. But really, this is kind of a rebuke to all religions all over the world, because each religion is really a delineation or a listing of rules, regulations, virtues, that are particular to that religion and particular to that God. And each religion then says, these are the things you must follow. These are the things that you must do to please our God. These are the things that our God is interested in. These are the things that please our God. Well, Paul's not talking about a different God from the God of the Old Testament here, but he is talking about a difference in how people are made right with God and how people even live right before God. It is not a matter of following a different set of rules and regulations. It is not a matter of following a different set of worship practices that please God in a different way. No, what we see here is that God is very interested in only one kind of righteousness, and that's His. It says in Jeremiah that our righteousness is as filthy rags. Our righteousness will not cut it. Man's righteousness will not please God. Never can, never will. And we actually have thousands of years of proof of concept in the Old Testament. The special picked out people of God, the Israelites, still have a way of sinning against God and breaking His law and not following His commands and His desires when it comes to just forms of worship. And this will be a subset theme that's found throughout the rest of this book as well, that the Jews also need this salvation provided through Jesus Christ. Why? Because there's only one righteousness that works, and that's God's righteousness. And whatever kind of righteousness men has had in the past, it always comes short of what God's expectations and what God's standards are. So Paul says, in the gospel, in this good news, we see the power of God for the salvation of everyone who not tries real hard, not keeps the law, not obeys the commandments, but for everyone who believes. So there's some key phrases and key words here that the gospel, the good news, is the power of God. So that power is clearly needed for a person to be made right before God and to live right before God. It's not something that you can just buckle down and decide to do. It's not something that you can all of a sudden change your mind and just start living right. Power from God is necessary, and that is what we have through the gospel. And that power of God is for salvation. Now, if you've read the Bible enough, you recognize that salvation is not a one-sided thing, but rather it's a multifaceted thing that has implications for every aspect of who we are in our lives, both now and in the life to come. And so what we see here is we get this salvation through the power of God, and we get that power of God and salvation by faith, by believing in the gospel. It's important to note that he says this salvation is for everyone who believes. Then he sort of emphasizes that statement by saying it's first for the Jew, then for the Gentile. Not just for the Jew, but it's also for the Gentile. So when he says it's for everyone who believes, he means everyone who believes.
Thank you for joining us on Victory is Mine. If you're looking for a church home, we'd love to welcome you to Victory Christian Center in Carthage, Missouri at 13996 Burr Oak Road. Join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. or 5:30 p.m. and experience God's love, power and victory in your life. You can also learn more about us at vccchurch.org. Have a blessed day.